Now this, the Obama administration is going to expand dramatically the number of migrants brought to the U.S., up by 30%, 85,000 this calendar year, 110,000 in 2017. This year, almost all of the migrants were Muslims. Next year, maybe, probably the same. Zuhdi Jasser is with us, American Islamic Forum for Democracy guy. Zuhdi, welcome to the program. Good to see you.
Thank you. Nice to see you, Stuart.
Next year, is it going to be the same story? 99% of the migrants are going to be Muslims, virtually no Christians?
I mean, the horrific thing, Stuart, is that if we actually vetted for ideology for those who are coming with our values, that would eliminate 20 to 30% of them, which are Islamists, and then allow the minorities, the Christians, the Yazidis, the other minorities to become the natural, fair part of that. But unfortunately, the president has a Darwinian process where he just sort of lets first come, first serve, lets the radicals permeate those who come in. And listen, I have a lot invested in this. I want to see a robust, muscular vetting process because that allows Americans to respect the refugees that come, to realize that in every war we've brought them in. But no, he wants to destroy multiculturalism from within, let this Trojan horse come in, not realize we're at war, and just leave business as usual, which is absurd.
Do you think this is absolutely deliberate? Bring in Muslims, do not bring in Christians. I mean, that's a blatant thing to suggest, but is that the actuality?
It's deliberate because that's how the left operates. That's how he's operated. He doesn't care about Syrians. If he cared about Syrians, Stuart, he wouldn't have done the Iran deal and just sort of let Assad and Hezbollah and others savage the Syrian population. No, he doesn't care about them. He's using this as a mechanism to continue to unravel the national unity, the national identity, no different than Merkel did in Germany, the left did, and which led to Brexit, to recapture their own identity. The left uses this to sort of dissolve what it means to be an American, and by the way, not realize that we are at war against radical and political Islam. There's two purposes here, and they're achieving both by just sort of letting them come in.
I want you to address a subject which is often outside your regular subject matter, and that's, I know that you live in Phoenix, and I'm sure you've seen the dramatic video of the 3 police officers attacked by a man in a car, deliberately ran him down. An African-American man has been arrested, and he has a history of going after cops. Now, I know this is not your regular fare, Zuhdi, but I do know that you live in Phoenix, and I wonder if you can tell us what the people of Phoenix are saying about this at this moment.
Well, you know, listen, as our police chief said, thank God we're not planning 3 funerals. I mean, God looked over those 3 officers. They survived. And, you know, I'm waiting to hear, I mean, we really don't know exactly what the motive is, but it was clearly intentional. It was clearly attempted murder. Thank God they're alive. And I'm waiting to hear for the quick calls for unity. We hear such calls when there's a minority killing by a police officer, God forbid, but when police officers are attacked like they were in Dallas or elsewhere, where's the immediate calls for unity? And this is a time for our community to come together and reject this type of division.
And where are the calls from President Obama? Knock it off.
Yes.
Knock it off.
Exactly.
Zuhdi Jasser, thank you very much for joining us, sir. Appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Thanks, Stuart. Appreciate it.
Have this for you as well. Millions of Muslims going to Mecca in Saudi Arabia for the pilgrimage. It's called the Hajj. 2 million people are there. In this video, you see the stoning of Satan. Rocks, small pebbles actually, thrown at a large wall. That's the Hajj going on right now, Saudi Arabia.